Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is this is going to be my Ohio State versus Oregon game reaction. I don't know how to describe it. It was gut-wrenching. It was soul-burning. This loss sucked. When I describe how bad this loss felt to me, I couldn't sleep the entire night. I was waking up like every hour just like trying to think of how the fuck we could have won this game in the very end. Because obviously, the end of the game, we had opportunities, we could have got a field goal, but then we just started backing up, things were going bad. Overall, the entire game, offense was good, defense was ass, second half defense kind of got better. Same thing for Oregon, their defense got better in the second half. It was like everything about this game, both sides, if you were to describe a perfect, let's just fucking amazing game, this was it. It's just Ohio State came up short in the end. But like I said, what I wanted to do is I kind of want to go through, talk about this game, react to this game, give my opinion on kind of how I thought the game went from first quarter to the fourth quarter, talk about everything about this game, like I said, the goods, the bads, everything about Ohio State, quarterback play, receivers, offensive line, defense, and like I said, just we'll kind of talk about the end in thorough. We're going to talk about it all. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, like I said, 31-32, Oregon won. I'm going to say this first up. Oregon, congratulations, you beat us. Am I going to say you were the better team? I don't know if I can. I would say this, we are equally matched. Like, this game honestly could have been an overtime game if, like, you guys had 31 and we didn't get get to, like I said, the field goal opportunity there at the very end of the game. This game could have very easily went to overtime, and I could have, if you're an Oregon fan, say it with me, I could have seen this game going back and forth, overtime, double overtime, probably triple overtime. This could have been a classic matchup. But as I said, I'm going to give you your credit. Good job. You beat us. It's a win. You got the win. Good job. Now, like I said, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm going to go ahead and rip into Ohio State first off. What the fuck was the ending? I feel like I need to just go straight to the ending before I even talk about everything from the very beginning of the game. Like I said, the end of the game, Oregon got the ball. They were going down the field. And in my mind, when they got here to like kind of round the first and goal, I was thinking to myself, just let them score. Go fucking score the touchdown, because then we have plenty of time to go down and score a touchdown ourselves and try and win the game. But I started to realize, oh shit, they actually can't like wind all the clock down and score a touchdown. So it's like, maybe we could just stop it for the field goal, which we did. We got them down to about the 1 yard line. And in that moment, I was thinking, please, Oregon, go for it on 4th and 1. Go for the touchdown, not take the field goal, and screw yourself out of a victory. But they were smart. Dan Lanning was smart. They took the points. They went up 32-31. We got the ball back with about a minute 50, minute 45, I think something like that to go. It was about a minute 47 to go. We get the ball back. We started off a little slow. 1st and 10 turned to 2nd 19 because of the muff snap off the center. Seth McLaughlin, which at Alabama, he was nicknamed Snaps. Then on 2nd and 19, we got 13 yards, made it 3rd and 6. It was manageable. Then we get to Mecca Buka. He gets the first down. 37-yard line. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. We got some rhythm going. We get to 2nd and 1 with the pass to Jeremiah Smith. Then the big throw at the 46-yard line. We throw it for 26 yards. We get to the 28-yard line. 28-yard line. We are in field goal range. We are in business with 28 seconds to go. And I'm thinking, okay, let's make something happen. Now, you all know usually when you're in field goal range, and also when you're a team that, I don't know, knows how to run the ball now, you run the fucking ball. This team is like, you throw the ball on 1st down, whatever. Also, you kind of have to run the ball because they have 3 timeouts. Oregon had 3 timeouts. You want to burn their timeouts. So it's like you throw the ball on 1st down, whatever. Cool, we were trying to get some yards. 2nd and down. Why didn't we try to just run the ball here? Because on that play, it got called for offensive pass interference on Jeremiah Smith. Some people said, oh, because Jeremiah Smith's too strong. He did push him, the corner, made it look worse than it really was. It got called for offensive PI, 15 yards back. In that moment, like I said, why aren't we running the ball? You run the ball there. Even if you get like 3-4 yards, whatever, you burn a few seconds off the clock. You get the Oregon to call timeout. Like I said, you get a few yards closer. And as I said, the rest of the kind of drive, 2nd and 25, no passes completed. 3rd and 25, I believe on this play, that was when Dan Lanning, fucking genius, but also a cheating scumbag, he decided to put 12 men on the field on purpose. No, anybody that says, oh, that was an accident. No, he did it on purpose because he knew our play, whatever we run, if we ran a long-ass play, whatever time comes off the clock is going to come off the clock, and we ain't getting it back, and they could just take the penalty. Who cares? 5 yards, whatever. And they did that. 12 men on the field. Luckily, we only ran 4 seconds. It went down to 6 seconds. We don't get that time back, and now it's 3rd and 20. I think it's like the 38-yard line right here, and we have, like I said, 1 timeout, 5 seconds, 6 seconds roughly to go, and what does Will Howard do? He could have They could have went the time. I think Oregon called time on that play. They could have ran a slant. They could have ran a little out route, something just to get the kicker. Even if you don't get into his field goal range, I would have at least liked to see the kicker have an opportunity to kick a field goal. Like, even if he kicked the field goal and it was a little to the left, a little to the right, maybe a little bit short, at least give him the opportunity. But no, Will Howard, he goes to run for it. And in that moment, I like him running for it because you're trying to get some yards. But what he needs to do is when he's running for it, look at the clock, figure out where the clock is, and look at it. And when you see that clock get to 2 seconds, you get on the ground. He didn't get on the clock till it literally went 2, 1, then he got on the ground, and by then it's too late because by the time your butt hits the ground and you're sliding, you can't jump up and call timeout. Even if Ryan Day is right next to the ref on the sideline, by the time your butt hits the ground, it's already hitting 1 and it's going to be clicking over to 0 by the time the ref can start blowing his whistle. I'm going to say this, end of the game, very, very mismanaged. Like I said, a lot of things could have happened here. Ryan Day mismanaging the way they played the game at the very end. Like I said, could have been running the ball. The offensive PI was a little bit bullshit if you ask me, but then again, like I said, the corner sold it, so good job of him. Dan Lanning purposely putting 12 men on the field to run about 4 seconds off the clock that we desperately would have needed. Like I said, there was just a lot that went wrong at the very end of that game. Now, as I was saying about the rest of the game was good. Offense was clicking. They were running the ball, whether it was Will Howard, Quinshon Judkins, Trevor Henderson, throwing the ball to Emeka Egbuka, Jeremiah Smith, Cardinal Tate, like I said, got involved with a couple catches. We were moving the ball. Like, offense did not miss a beat. They were moving the ball in this game against a very good Oregon defense. Now, defense. Here's the problem. I expected you to let us some yards. I expected you to let us some points because Oregon's a good team. We just saw it. They're a good-ass team. But I thought you would have got some pressure. Jesus Christ, Dillon Gabriel was throwing the ball wherever he wanted to. Denzel Burke, do you want some toast with that burntness? Because you were getting burnt left and right. It didn't matter if it was press coverage, off coverage, you got burnt. Receivers were just running past him. They were doing anything they wanted on his ass. They were running deep for touchdowns, running deep for big passes, and even whenever Denzel Burke tried to tackle him, after they burned his ass, they were just dragging his ass like a corpse. Now, I will say this. In this moment, when we went to halftime, I was like, okay, 21-22, I'm feeling comfortable. It's okay. We're going to be okay. When we went to third quarter, 28-22, and then our defense got to stop, I was thinking, please, go get another score. Make it even 31-22. 35-22 would have been ideal. And we can put some momentum into this and just put the hammer down on Oregon. But like I said, Dillon Gabriel could not be stopped. He started running the ball. The running backs were running rampant. It didn't matter if it was a stretch, a dive, a zone read. They did whatever they wanted. And it was very weird because we were used to Ohio State's defense here lately. I've always described them. Bend, but don't break. They're going to bend. They're going to let you drive down the field, but they're not going to break. They're not going to let you hit those big shots. And that's what they were trying to do this season, even last season. 2 safeties back, don't let anything happen. The problem was that front four usually could get pressure. That's why they had 2 safeties back. Now, they couldn't get pressure. That offensive line from Oregon is damn good. They got some NFL guys on that line. From the tackles to the guards to the center, they're all going NFL bound very soon. And with that, our guys couldn't do anything. From Jack Sawyer to JTT, everybody across our defensive line, even all the guys, the rotational guys coming in, they couldn't get pressure, so we had to start blitzing. We had to send guys like Caleb Downs in there. Our linebackers had to start blitzing, like Sonny Styles. We had to send a lot of blitzes, and when that happens, you leave your corners kind of exposed a little bit. And when you blitz, if you don't get home at the right time, you're not going to do anything against the quarterback because he's going to find an open guy back there. When you blitz, usually you let somebody with an opportunity on one-on-one, and if the receivers are winning those matchups, as we saw, like I said, Denzel Burke getting burned, it's going to go badly for you. Now, kind of looking at the box score, like I said, Dillon Gabriel, amazing performance. 23-34, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns, 95 QBR. Amazing. Same thing goes for Will Howard. 28-35, 326 yards, 9 average yards, 2 touchdowns, 93.4 QBR. Both quarterbacks played an amazing game. Like I said, this game was a masterpiece. It was a beautiful game from both sides. Even running the ball, like I said, Oregon was running the ball well. Ohio State ran the ball well. Quinshon Judkins got kind of stuck a little bit a few times. He couldn't break some big runs. Trevor Henderson, he hit a few home run shots. Other than that, Oregon kind of shut us down. Jeremiah Smith, I believe in the first half, had 2 catches. In the second half, he really got loose. He was catching the ball. Emeka Egbuka got loose quite a bit in this game. He was running free. G. Scott got loose on a couple quick slants and took the ball for quite a few yards. If I had to kind of go through and tell you why we lost this game, like I said, the deciding factor, us getting no sacks hurt us badly. We had to get at least a sack or 2 and maybe a turnover, and we would have probably been able to put this game away. Now, they did get 1 sack. 1 sack, I will say that, but it didn't really hurt us too much. With us, it's like when we get a sack, it almost just ruins an entire offense's game plan. Now, if I had to kind of really quickly talk about what was the main reason we lost this game. Was it offense? No. Offense did not lose you this game. Was it special teams? No. Was it defense? I would say partially defense. And if you want to blame offense, like I said, I wouldn't really blame offense. The only thing I would blame on offense is the coaching of why are we not running the ball. In that last drive, we are at the 28-yard line. We are moving the ball down the field. And I realize you moved on the ball down the field through throwing the ball. But when you are in that position, 28-yard line, start to kind of run the ball, start to bleed the clock down. You're comfortable. You say your offensive line is rebuilt and dominant now. You have guys like Quinshon Judkins that can go out there and hurt people and run and force his way for first downs. That is the moment where you want to give the ball to Quinshon Judkins and let him carry the rock and go for yards. And I almost kind of wonder, was Ryan Day coaching scared in that moment? Because now I believe his record now against top 5 teams since being at Ohio State, it's like, what, 1-5, 1-7? Like, it's not good. I don't know, man. Like, this is a bad loss. Not as bad as losing to Michigan. If we lost to Michigan in this kind of style, I would be sick for days. I'm still a little sick right now, but I'm kind of getting better about 12 hours afterwards. I'm kind of okay, but it still sucks to lose to Oregon. This one sucks. Now, I guess the big question is, are we okay? Are we going to rebound? I think we will rebound. We have a couple of big games this year. Next game we have, I believe, is against Nebraska, and then we play Penn State. Penn State game is going to be a big one. I think we are probably going to drop down. At the time of recording this, I haven't seen the polls come out yet. We're probably going to drop down to like maybe 4 or 5, most likely at least 5, I would think. But then by then, we're going to be playing, like I said, Nebraska, then Penn State, and then our other big game later on in the year is going to be Michigan. Can we beat Penn State? Yes. But when it comes to the playoffs format, trying to get in the playoffs, and then also getting back to a Big Ten championship game, we have to beat Penn State. We got to beat Penn State, and we got to beat Michigan. You beat those two teams, you're back in the Big Ten title game against probably Oregon, because Oregon I don't think they have anybody on their schedule that's going to beat them before the Big Ten title game. But last thing, like I said, bad loss. It sucks, but I think Ohio State will rebound. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? Do you think this was a bad loss for Ohio State? Okay loss for Ohio State? What do you think about the way the game went? Is this a blame for the offense, defense, special teams, coaching? Who's to blame for the reason why they lost this game? If you're an Oregon fan and you want to talk about this game, bullshit, talk shit in the comments, go for it. Whatever your opinion may be whenever it comes to the entire game, go ahead and leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. I've been welcome to kind of talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.